As we gather today in celebration of education, growth, and achievement, it is essential that we pause to acknowledge the land on which we stand, a land cherished and stewarded by Indigenous peoples since time immemorial. We honor the original and ongoing caretakers of this land, including the Multnomah, Klamath, Clackamas, Chinook, Tualatin, Kalapuya, and Molalla peoples, among many others who have made their homes along the Columbia and Willamette rivers. Their history, resilience, and continued presence inspires us today. At St. Mary's Academy, stewardship of the earth is a core SNJM value. We recognize that justice for this land requires both patience and progress, and that each of us has the responsibility to invest in that work. With gratitude and humility, we strive to follow the example of the sisters, who have long stood in solidarity with Indigenous communities. As we step forward into the world as graduates, may we carry this awareness with us. Let this acknowledgement not be a moment, but a mindset. May we continue to honor the struggles and strengths of Indigenous peoples and commit ourselves through education, action, and respect to a more just and inclusive future.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the commencement exercises for the St. Mary's Academy class of 2025. My name is Leanne Ray, and as principal of St. Mary's Academy, I have the honor and pleasure of welcoming you to the Child Center. I have been blessed to watch this senior class learn, grow, connect, and deepen their spirits and hearts over these last 4 years. It is not only a great celebration of accomplishment for the graduating seniors sitting before you, but also a hopeful confirmation of life for all of us. Graduates, the greater St. Mary's Academy community cannot wait to see where your passions will lead you and what wonderful things you will do with your lives. I know that Mother Marie Rose Durocher, the foundress of the Sisters of the Holy Names, is smiling down upon you all today. Joining me on stage is Emily Becker, president of St. Mary's Academy, Deanna Hotchkiss-Agostinelli, SMA board chair, Ellie Gilbert, vice principal of academics, Ashley Sheridan, vice principal of student life, Patty Gorman, dean of mission and charism, and our 2025 commencement speaker, Sister Mo Oliver. It is now my honor to introduce you to the the president of St. Mary's Academy, Emily Becker.
Thank you, Leanne. Good afternoon. As we gather to celebrate the remarkable achievements of the young women seated before us today, it is my distinct honor to welcome you to the 158th commencement of St. Mary's Academy. I know, it's impressive. I'd like to extend my gratitude to the Sisters of the Holy Names, Board of Directors, faculty, staff, families, friends, fellow administrators, and special guests joining me on stage. Your presence here today is a testament to the love and support that have helped bring our graduates to this momentous occasion. As president of St. Mary's, I am always thrilled to offer the first congratulations to our seniors. This year, this moment is especially meaningful as my own daughter, Renata, is in this graduating class. So I want to thank you all for coming to her graduation. It's incredibly special to be here and to be on this stage today to confer all of the diplomas to her and her classmates. To all the parents and families here today, I share with you the emotion of this milestone. We are filled with pride, joy, gratitude, and disbelief at how quickly time has flown. Someone once said to me that being a parent is like having your heart outside your body and hoping that the world will be gentle with it. I can tell you, promised her I wouldn't cry, but I'm gonna do my best. Today, that rings especially true. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for entrusting us with your daughters at SMA and for being true partners every step of the way. Class of 2025, while I officially serve as your president, I've also at times felt like your class mom, from cheering on the sidelines, watching you shine on the stage, sharing in the excitement of college acceptances, offering comfort in times of disappointment, and celebrating the magic and perhaps the little mischief in everyday moments. I feel so honored to have been able to share in your daily lives at SMA and watch you grow into such thoughtful, compassionate, and powerful young women. Your time at St. Mary's has been shaped by challenge, growth, faith, and resilience. You've led with heart, lifted one another up, and brought energy, spirit, and joy to our school. You've been athletes and scholars, and artists and leaders, friends, and advocates for justice. You embodied the best of what it means to be a St. Mary's girl. You were here with us on borrowed time, but you will remain in our hearts forever. As you embark on the next chapter, I offer a few pieces of wisdom. Take risks. Don't fear failure. Step into the unknown, because only there will you know what's really meant for you. You are enough, and you always have been. Don't shrink yourself for anyone. Take up space, claim your seat, laugh loudly, and love boldly. Seek connection, not agreement. Get to know people different from you, and be curious. Let it stretch and grow you. Remember that gratitude is a superpower. It can transform you, and it can change lives. Trust your voice, the bold one that speaks up for what you believe in, and the quiet one that whispers from within. And finally, be gentle with your parents. We're doing our best to watch you grow up, and don't forget to call home. A wise young woman told me that true leadership isn't about title or position. It's about how you treat people, how you support them, and how you carry yourself with grace, especially when things get hard. As you step into the world as our future leaders, remember to be strong, to be selfless, lead with kindness, and show up for the people you love. At the end of the day, it's truly all that matters. As an alumna, I am so proud to welcome you into a powerful community of over 11,000 St. Mary's women, past, present, and future. This sisterhood will walk with you wherever you go, and it's yours to both cherish and steward. May the loving strength of this community guide you and remind you that you always have a home on Fifth Avenue. I know each of you will go on to ignite your passions and talents in your communities and create a world that we can only imagine. I am honored, humbled, and incredibly grateful to know that you are the leaders of tomorrow. So we send you forward with our love and our prayers. Congratulations again. God bless you.
Thank you, Emily. In the spirit of Jesus, let us pause to remember our Creator who inspires and guides us. Our founding Sisters of the Holy Names had a vision to begin a school for young women in Portland and would forever place at the heart of our mission a commitment to deepen our spirituality, to extend a hand to others, and to honor God. Today, Senior Class Officer Carlisle Moore will lead us in our invocation.
Dear God, we welcome you into this space with gratitude as we, the class of 2025, come together one last time. Graduates, please take a moment to appreciate all that surrounds you. This space is full of God's love. The seats around you are filled by your excited and possibly nervous classmates, your proud teachers, and loved ones who came from near and far to cheer you on. Today is a culmination of more than just 4 years of hard work. Today is about that little kid who braved entering the classroom on that first day of kindergarten and hasn't given up since. That little kid is here today, and that little kid is graduating. As a class, we have truly come so far. So, as we prepare ourselves for this graduation ceremony, let us express our gratitude. We are forever grateful to our teachers for gifting us with vast amounts of knowledge and every adult inside the walls of St. Mary's who helped us reach this point today. We are grateful for each other because this class has shared so much joy, love, and laughter. We are grateful for our families and friends whose life advice, homework help, and loving support we would not be here without. Lastly, please take a moment to thank yourselves, graduates, because this is no small feat, and you are all worth celebrating. As we prepare ourselves for what is to come, let us not be nervous, but rather know that no matter how far we travel, God is with us, our classmates are here for us, and the St. Mary's community will forever be part of us. With this we pray, amen.
Thank you, Carlisle. Our 2025 graduates have set incredible goals, and I appreciate the way they have supported one another and celebrated the wide array of successes and gifts they have both individually and as a class. Earning St. Mary's Academy top honors are our valedictorians, Kate Brady, Gloria Jin, and Nora LeBlanc, and our 2025 salutatorian, Ashley Reed. Today, Kate, Nora, Gloria, and Ashley will share their thoughts with us, and I'd first like to welcome our salutatorian, Ashley Reed, to the stage.
Good afternoon, St. Mary's Academy, class of 2025, teachers, and loved ones. Before I begin, on the behalf of my class, thank you to everyone who has supported us throughout the last 4 years, who have challenged and believed in us and been there for us through this journey. And I'm so honored to be able to speak to every one of you today as we cross this threshold. I wanted to start with a story from the first days of freshman year. I entered St. Mary's not knowing anybody, and the first week of freshman year, I thought I had made the wrong choice. I even cried myself to sleep a few nights because I thought I was gonna hate it here. I genuinely considered transferring to Cleveland. Thankfully, I quickly made friends, but the moment which most opened my eyes to the incredible community at St. Mary's happened on the Friday of my first week. And although it was a small encounter, it was no less impactful. When I hopped off my bus on the way home, another girl from St. Mary's got off at my stop, and I asked her if she was also a freshman. She was a senior, but thankfully she wasn't too offended, and we walked and talked for a few blocks. And when she heard that I was having a rough first week, she offered to buy me Starbucks. As I finished my walk home, drinking my iced pumpkin spice latte, I thought about the small act of kindness this random senior had shown me. And I realized that maybe this wouldn't be too bad. So I stuck it out for another week, then a month, a year, and somehow I ended up on the stage 4 years later. That moment has stuck with me throughout my 4 years because it is what first showed me what an incredible community there is at St. Mary's, one that I truly consider myself so lucky to be a part of, where this sort of kindness comes so naturally to everyone, even some random freshmen. And that is what I value most about the St. Mary's community and each one of my classmates, our ability to be kind for no reason. I could name 1,000 more moments like that one. I could recall a time where I've seen it in every one of you before me, but unfortunately, I'm on a time limit, so I'll stick to this. Thank you. Thank you to everyone whose kindness has made my day. Thank you to everyone because in one way or another, the kindness in your hearts and the love we carry for one another has worked to uplift each and every one of us. Every day, each one of you inspires me. I deeply admire everyone's individuality, how we all have our unique passions and goals, and the good and love in your hearts. My hope for this class is that we continue to share this love and kindness with the world, because even a small act of kindness can make an incalculable difference. So be kind for no reason and bring the sense of community and connection into your futures. So thank you again, and one last note, in the wise words of Mr. Collars, God bless and peace out. I now invite our 2025 valedictorians, Nora, Kate, and Gloria to the stage.
Thank you, Ashley. Now, for not the first time today, let me say welcome. To all of the friends, family, faculty, and especially to you, class of 2025, we've made it. Walking into school freshman year, we thought we'd put our COVID years behind us, ready to finally start anew. After our treacherous middle school years online, we were finally entering high school in person, both nervous and excited. But our hopes of a normal high school experience were immediately crushed as we were confined to dots in the gym during silent lunch. Our freshman faces hidden beneath masks, bonding through the shared trauma of those blue crumble cookies, and trying to make friends from 6 feet apart. But we somehow did it. We made it through that awkward, isolated year, and after reflecting, I realized that being the first class back from COVID had given us an amazing opportunity to redefine our class and the future of the St. Mary's community. But boy, did it take us a while to get here. Freshman year, we managed to get games banned on our iPads and forced administration to create various bathroom regulations due to unruly behavior. For a minute there, I thought we were going to be deemed the bad class. I think I can speak for many of us, especially the faculty, when I say I'm glad we grew out of that one. When asking my teachers and classmates what they remember from sophomore year, many people described it as a chill year. But in reality, behind this chillness, we were finding and following our passions and shaping our community. We started to find our roots as a unique class with a strong drive and compassion for each other. From starting the first St. Mary's rock band, shout out SMARB, to the first snowboarding team, looking at you, SMA Shredders, to the many affinity groups and clubs we started to lead, all addressing our unique interests and values. We started to form a class where everyone had an individual value and gift to bring to the table. As awkward, rebellious, confusing, and challenging our years as underclassmen were, they led us to become the amazing, fabulous people we are today.
I wouldn't clap just yet. We haven't gotten to junior year. Oh my gosh, junior year. The year everything was supposed to get real, and it sure did, somehow. Between college prep and surviving 7 classes a day, we managed to be the most chaotic and iconic versions of ourselves. A teacher once described us as, and I quote, the most stereotypically high school class in the history of St. Mary's. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but somehow it does not sound like a good thing. I don't know about you guys. Anyways, this was the year of chaotic group projects that miraculously came together the night before, and the constant spiritual war between ambition and burnout. You know, just girly things. The theology department tried to get us to contemplate ethics, while half of us were contemplating whether we remembered to submit our theology reflections on time. English watched us fight for our lives over paragraph transitions, while also deciding if a thesis was actually necessary in the intro. And history teachers probably knew exactly when we weren't doing the reading, but let us cook anyways while feeding us the best Rice Krispie treats. By the time senior year rolled around, we were, and still are, a little unhinged, but unhinged with purpose, I would say. We returned from summer, and suddenly we were mentoring younger students, leading clubs, applying to colleges, writing 10 versions of the same personal statement, guilty, and realizing, wait, this is our last year together. It's been amazing to watch everyone grow, even if that growth involved a few identity crises, some tears in the bathroom, and an embarrassing number of last-minute Schoology submissions. But somewhere in that chaos, we became this, a class that's bold, creative, and weird in the best way, and completely unforgettable, for better or for worse. And now, well, I think we're ready for what comes next.
Today, we are standing on the edge of something new chapters and new memories. It's easy to feel a lot of different emotions. Maybe some of us are feeling excited, nostalgic, maybe a little scared. Trust me, I'm feeling all of those too. We've spent the last 4 years learning equations and how to write essays, yes, but we've also learned how to be ourselves. We've learned how to grow, adapt, and how to find our own unique voices. So now the question is, where do we go from here? Whether we are going to college as close as an hour away, some of us are going across the globe, some of us know exactly what we want to do, and some of us are still figuring it out, and that's okay. That's great. As we've heard the college counselors tell us a million times, it's okay to change your mind. The reality is, no matter how much we tell ourselves that we can map out our future down to the minute, we can't. Unfortunately, the future doesn't come with a map, but we've spent the last 4 years learning to navigate without one. And no matter what each path of us chooses, we all have the skills to succeed. So, where are we going now? We are going into unknowns, new cities and new classrooms, into early morning study sessions and late night adventures. But most importantly, we are going forward, together in spirit, even if we are apart in distance. So no matter how close to home we are staying, this marks the end of one chapter and the beginning of a new one. And although we are about to leave this school and this community behind, we will bring it all with us. The story of our class doesn't end here, it begins here. And I can't wait to see what each of you write in your next chapter. And so, senior class, we'd like to issue you a challenge. We challenge each of you to carry your uniqueness with you into all of your next adventures, and to continue to be the people who start new things and who bring people together. I want to end by saying thank you. Thank you to the teachers who supported us along the way, and thank you to our families for being with us throughout the crazy time that is high school. And most of all, thank you to the class of 2025 for making these last 4 years full of support, laughter, and fun. Congratulations, we did it.
Thank you, Kate, Gloria, Nora, and Ashley. The Marian Singers, under the direction of Kathy Briggs, have prepared 2 musical selections for us today. The Times They Are A-Changin', words and music by Bob Dylan, arranged by Adam Pond, and Our Time, music and lyrics by Stephen Sondheim. This award-winning, nationally recognized ensemble has performed at numerous school functions and community activities throughout the Portland metropolitan area. Today is the last performance for our senior members of this incredibly talented group. Please offer a warm welcome to the St. Mary's Academy Marian Singers. I think while we're waiting for the Marians to take their seats, we should give one more round of applause to our speakers and our singers. They're just fabulous. In choosing a commencement speaker, we look for a person who exemplifies the qualities and gifts we hope to instill in all of our St. Mary's Academy students. We look for someone intelligent and creative, courageous and caring, a person who has made their mark on the world, and a person who has a life lesson to share. To introduce our keynote speaker is Senior Class Officer Andy Malkus.
It is a true privilege to introduce the Class of 2025 graduation speaker, someone whose life story is a beautiful testament to resilience, service, and the power of community, Sister Mo Oliver. Sister Mo was born and raised right here in Portland and is a proud graduate of St. Mary's Academy. While she'll be the first to tell you she wasn't the strongest student, she found something even more lasting during her time here: a deep sense of joy, purpose, and belonging. It was that experience of being seen, supported, and inspired that made her want to stay connected to this community for the rest of her life. As an exceptional high school athlete, Sister Mo led her team to a spirited, undefeated season. But even more remarkable is the legacy of care and leadership she's built since. For nearly 60 years, as a sister of the Holy Names of Jesus and Mary, she has served with incredible dedication as a teacher in Catholic elementary schools, as principal for nearly 3 decades, and in roles supporting the Oregon Food Bank and women at Coffee Creek Correctional Facility. Today, she continues to tutor students with learning differences and serves faithfully on the St. Mary's Academy board. She comes from a large and loving family, 4 brothers, 8 nieces and nephews, and 11 grandnieces and nephews, and carries that same fierce loyalty into every community she touches. Her sense of humor is sharp, her heart is generous, and her love for SMA runs deep. Please join me in warmly welcoming our 2025 graduation speaker, Sister Mo Oliver.
Good afternoon, St. Mary's Academy families of 2025. And thank you, Andy, for that gracious introduction. Graduates, in 1964, I was you. But unlike you, I graduated with a 1.8 GPA. Proof, it is not a rumor. As of today, I'm going to contest that GPA. I don't think they averaged it out quite right. When I was a principal, I had an administrative assistant who knew of my underachievement and knew I kept my senior year report card in the top drawer of my desk in my office. So when kids were sent to my office for some innocuous reason, I would pull out my report card and show them that life at school would not always be this hard. Well, unbeknownst to me, that administrative assistant got a hold of my report card, went to a silkscreen t-shirt place, had it blown up on a 2 or 3 XL t-shirt for all to see. And across the top was written, "Yep, I'm the principal." So my standing here today is both an irony and wholly redemptive. My thank you to Emily, Leanne, Patty, Ashley, and Ellie for inviting me to speak today, as this truly is a huge honor. Graduates, my first impression of you as I watched you process in and at other graduations is your shoes. I didn't realize shoe fashion had so many genres. But then I looked down at my own feet and I remembered that I wore my Skechers slide-ins just for you today. I thought my Allbirds were too casual. I have much to share with you, but first I would like to honor your mom and dad. Parents, to each of you, on behalf of the Sisters of the Holy Names, thank you for entrusting your daughter to St. Mary's Academy. Over these past 4 years, your financial commitment, your hours and hours of carpooling, the unintended causes for worry, your encouragement and counsel, and so much, much more, are all deeply felt acts of love for your daughter. Know how much we feel your pride and your mixed emotions today during this rite of passage. Please feel our gratitude. To the administrative team, the faculty, and staff, when you signed on to serve at St. Mary's, I believe it was to live out a calling, not just show up at a job. These grads speak of their love for this tremendous cast of characters who have accompanied them on this 4-year journey. Your mutual admiration for each other is real and it's well-earned. As Holy Name Sisters, we see you teachers and administrators and staff as living our mission with the same verve and passion we vowed to live daily ourselves. And you didn't even have to go through the Holy Names Novitiate, which I not so endearingly call the Holy Names Boot Camp. I am deeply grateful to each of you. Together we can be incredibly proud of the women you have brought to this day. And then to my colleagues, the Board of Directors, you parents and alums who have served on the board with me, I am so impressed by your commitment and the joy and fun and enthusiasm you bring to each meeting. Thank you for this investment of your time and talent and much needed support in moving St. Mary's into the future. All right, grads, it's your turn. I have not had many encounters with each of you. I asked to meet with some students, and your outstanding principal, Leanne Ray, arranged for me to meet with student council so that I could garner a better understanding of who you are. Well, I got my answer in superlatives. When I asked, how would you describe your class? Maya said, quote, you've already heard one description, here, listen to this one. Our class was considered the troublemakers, very chaotic, problematic, and we're occasionally called the worst class to ever walk the SMA halls. And then she went on to say, we are unapologetically ourselves, loud and change makers. And then I thought, Lordy, what do I do with this? I am so glad she threw in change makers because I'm going to roll with that one. Not to worry, I did not leave my conversation with Andy B., Matilda, Pam, Karen, Maya, and Andy without being wowed by how articulate, prematurely wise, champions of diversity, high achievers, thoughtful and mindful young women about to embark on 4 more years of higher ed. Graduates, you sit here with mixed emotions. You are proud, and you should be. You are excited, but also fearful, uncertain of the future and how you will not just fit into it, but how you will weather it. You are well prepared to take on whatever comes your way. And if the challenge is too daunting, just look around the village here. As you sit next to your classmates, look back at your folks and your SMA team of teachers and administrators. Clearly, God is embracing you. This, for me, is the absolute best example of how tangible is God's love. I like to say, you are loved more than all the leaves on all the trees. The characters will change, the challenges will change, but you will be okay. If you ever hear voices second-guessing your ability or your intentions, make sure your voice is not one of them. Believe in the woman you have become. When you enter a room, you will be enough. I am certain of this. I was going to jump into the St. Mary's Academy mission statement, but let's just drill down and focus on inspiring a sense of global interdependence to prepare students for service and leadership. Well, this service and leadership is not just dealing with events in your life as they present themselves, but with a more specific intent. Here's a minor example. Let's say your best friend just lost her grandpa. You reach out to her not because it is customary or polite or proper, but because you feel her grief, her need to speak about her gramps, her need to know you share this devastating moment with her with compassion and love, and it's coming from you. You become Jesus or your higher influence in that moment. How we respond to the needs of others is just as important as showing up. Whether you are Christian or otherwise, your faith and or your humanity will compel you to respond to the needs of others with intention. You have been given eyes to see as God sees, and to respond as Jesus did over and over. What you have been taught and what you have experienced over these 4 years has made you change makers. Change from learning to take somebody's vulnerability and loss to hope and relief and even joy. And to change all those repressive problems into doable action. It is clear we are living through an historical period of strife and chaos, which has blurred what distinguishes morality, decency, truth, and justice. Watching the news, there are days I am stunned by the headlines. Changemakers, within your sphere of influence, you will bring those values into focus once again. I can't begin to tell you how much we rely on each one of you to help write the course. With your intelligence, your wisdom, your already great problem-solving skills, your sense of justice, and always your heart, you leave here giving all of us hope. Finally, your next years in higher education, or at a community or trade school, or even a gap year, should be some of the most fun years of your life. All those Holy Name sisters who believe in that, raise your thumbs. Come on, I know there are about 5 of you here today. I know you will study your bunions off, but you have the permission of the Holy Name sisters to play hard. It is our way of saying, don't let school get in the way of your education. The learning curve extends well beyond the classroom and everywhere else you find yourself. Take notes from that extended classroom. You may even find it far more revealing and enlightening than any lecture or assignment. All right, that's just about it. Because I've been given 10 minutes for this, and Mo Dashel only gave me 8. So I think I'm getting the side eye from her back there. So it's time for me to get lost and for you to receive your diplomas. Thank you, graduates, for your own personal investment in St. Mary's. It is not lost on us. God is preparing you for something greater than this moment. And if you can believe that, and if you can say that to each other or to yourselves day after day, you will get what this life is all about. Huge congratulations to you, now forevermore known as the loud, proud, change-making graduates of 2025. God bless.
Thank you, Sister Mo. I didn't realize we called you such troublemakers. I'm a little guilt right now. We're going to change that to change makers. So now we're going to begin with our conferral of diplomas. To the class of 2025. The St. Mary's Academy diploma reads as follows. This diploma certifies that the student hereafter named has completed the course of studies for secondary schools conducted by the Sisters of the Holy Names of Jesus and Mary, and is hereby awarded this diploma on the 31st day of May in the year of our Lord, 2025, at Portland, Oregon. In witness thereof, we have affixed our seal and signatures. Graduates, please come forward as you are recognized. Tess Anna Larson. Spencer Violet Barth. Carlisle Elizabeth Helen Moore. Ashley Elizabeth Reed. Nora Marie LeBlanc. Gloria Jin. Catherine Marie Brady. Andrea Marie Malkus. Ruby Florlise Cottrell. Adeline June Ahrens. Madison J. Alexander. Natalie Mira Alexander. Claire Mariko Anderson. Isabel Naomi Aaron. Sunana Kapoor Arora. Sumaya Atai. Amelia June Bailey. Sophia Louise Baldovieso. Audrey Kathleen Ballo. Amelie Virginia Bates. Maggie Claire O'Brien Baxter. Renata Louise Becker. Andrea Mary Bell. Caroline Hazel Bell. Esty Irene Ruth Beneroff. Addison Carrie Bodner. Olivia Ellis Bolstad. Elizabeth Caroline Brewer. Maya Mariah Cabine. Mael Cabine. Evelyn Margaret Cannon. Solveig Undal Carter. Olivia Luann Chang. Catherine Ann Cofield. Anouk Sophia Cohen.
Helen Sophia Collins. Ellie Conacher. Caroline Hodgins Cormier. Harriet Louise Courtney. Adeline Rose Kress. Violet Ray DeGroat. Espe Josefina de la Paz. Elena Katharina Dickinson. Maylin Junyun Derricks. Sarah Mayuian Din. Mila Kamari Dirks. Lucy Beatrice Doughton. Sadie Viola Dunlap. Maya Indira Enesvet. Amy Ella Erickson. Adeline Fisher. Star May Flonsberg. Raquel Camila Flores. Annette Rose Foley. Audrey Kathleen Franciac. Sadie Mame Gallagher. Ruby Ray Geistwhite. Nadia May Gomez Ellis. Francesca Grant. Anya Sophia Grenier. Annabelle Gresh. Amelia Renee Hansen. Zara Hassan. Sydney Elise Hoffman. Noah Grace Lori Fields. Margaret Grace Housley. Hannah Sophia Ickes. Elisa Elias Gutierrez. Sydney Pascal James. Poppy Elizabeth Jasmine.
Sandhi Jayadev. Corinne Johnson. Maggie Jones. Zoe Katie Karam Fialova. Dana Lee Kim. Sandra Zoe Karis Kim. Matilda Eleanor Koff. Rosabelle Nioka Cott. Amelia Hicks Quilton. Chloe Lucille La Rochelle. Cameron James Larson. Esther Xian Date Lian. Karen Eloise Lonsbury. Ellie Maxine Malka. Catherine Kotsky Mallon. Sophie Page Margolis. Natalia Marone. Lois Deidre Matson. Jane Elizabeth McDowell. Anya Ellen McGowan. Margaret Ann Meeker. Annabelle Stewart Mercier. Ella Frances Moley. Rowan Saria Monson. Michaela Nicole Montalvan. Lucia Jane Morris. Amelia Rose Nelson. Charlotte Elizabeth Nestler Cass. Adine Lee Stevens O'Riordan. Luz Elena O'Connor Dessen. Gemma Edith Pete. Sonia Elizabeth Pennington. Akila Jean Cadiz Phillips. Gabrielle Davis Phillips. Millicent Prouty. Elsa Marion Quitzfund.
Jovanina Marsh Reed. Mallory Elizabeth Reynolds. Willa Violet Richardson. Ida Akiko Rock. Riley Jane Rowan. Isabella Marie Russell. Kit Ruzika. Lucy Sandros. Sophia I. Sheminovitz. Tegan and Eugene Settery. Madeline Bela Celine. Mia Joan Senna. Madison Patricia Sheridan. Haneen Umber Siddiqui. Lucia Catherine Smistanza. Eleanor Estelle Soulage. Mila Isadora Span. Lucy Elizabeth Steingrebe. Mira Donegan Stevens. Katerina Louisa Stoll. Bailey Louise Sweeting. Lulia Habtemariam Tavelde. Kira Ann Thomas. Zoe Elizabeth Van Ochten. Madeline English Wallenberg. Fiona Indigo Weiss. Abigail Rose Windroff. Annalena Ayers Willett. Kate Aislinn Williams. Electra Lucille Womoding. Liliana Maya Wilson. Zufain Halamariam Mescal. Catherine May Wanzowitz. Francine Yua Jung.
All right, let's give a big old round of applause for this class. Well, seniors, it has been an eventful and truly wonderful 4 years. Thank you, faculty and staff, for educating, challenging, and caring for our graduates. You have all been an integral part of their lives as friends, teachers, and as mentors. Thank you, parents, families, and friends of the graduates for entrusting their care to us and supporting them on all of their endeavors. Thank you to our board of directors. We are so grateful for your unwavering belief in this school and for your support for all of us doing this work. The generous offer of your time and resources has ensured the continuation of this great history. As we conclude the 158th commencement of St. Mary's Academy, let us once again join in prayer as we bestow a blessing upon our graduates. I would like to invite Senior Class Officer Ruby, who will now offer our benediction.
Seniors, for the last time as a class, let us take a moment to stop and center ourselves and join with our estimate community as we pray. In just a few moments, we will all enter a new chapter of our lives. United, yet independent, we must take this next step along our own paths. God, help us to remember that we are never alone. The love and light that fills this space today extends far beyond its walls. Each and every one of you will carry this love and light with you wherever you go. Our beautiful community, this beacon we have all helped to build for the past 4 years, shines brighter than ever today. May we never forget this light, and may we always let it shine. The road ahead holds immense uncertainty, but it also promises infinite possibility. God, please help us to foster the courage to follow our dreams, shatter expectations, and radiate love. Thank you for allowing our paths to cross. Thank you for this incredible opportunity we were all granted to grow together. Now, help us to flourish wherever our paths lead us, but remember that our roots are strong and resilient, and we can always find a home here. Congratulations, class of 2025. You are all loved, you are all worth celebrating, and you are all forever part of this family. Here's to you. Amen.
I now invite our senior class officers to come to the center of the stage. Graduates, please rise. The turning of the tassel means that you are now officially recognized as graduates of St. Mary's Academy. On behalf of the entire faculty and staff, I would like to extend our very best wishes to each of you as you turn your tassel. Okay. I invite our audience to join me in one final round of applause as I proudly present the St. Mary's Academy class of 2025. Congratulations, graduates!